So it's time for us to go ahead and refresh the leaven. I didn't show you how to do that before. So what I'm going to do, we really only need about a tablespoon in there. I like to wet the spatula just because it makes it a lot less sticky. You don't have to measure precisely, but we really only need a very small amount in there. Otherwise, it'll end up replicating a little too quickly. So you'll see I've gotten most of that out of there. And it's not really a precise anything. So I'm going to clean off that spatula. What's key here now, and we'll clean out the sink later. What's key now is measurement. Just like before, go ahead and set that. Make sure it's zeroed out. I'm setting on kilograms. Once again, there are a lot of advantages of using metric measures because you can use baker's percentages. You've probably seen that in other videos. So we're going to add now 100 grams of water. Precision isn't quite as important, but it's always a good habit, I think, to just stick with these measures until you get really good at it. I'm 2 grams over. I'm fine with that. And now we're going to use 2 kinds of flour. It's going to be 50% whole grain flour. Any good quality. I'm a big fan of King Arthur. Any good quality is good. We'll go ahead and put in 50 grams. 50 grams. Reset that to 0. The important thing really is to have, at this point, with this daily refreshing, and this will be especially important when you're starting it. Whoops, I went too far. But that's not going to be a problem. What's important is that we come out to about 50%. So I went a little bit over, not a problem. We're just going to keep it at about 100. Oh, there we go. There's the right amount. So now my job is just to go ahead and stir that up really well. Get it mixed up really nicely throughout the container. That's going to give a chance for all the natural yeasts and bacteria. Yummy bacteria. So it gives a chance for all the yeast and the bacteria to come together evenly through the flour and the water. And that is going to be our starter again. And I'm probably not going to use this for a few more days. Sometimes if I'm going to use it the next day or very quickly thereafter, I'll put in more. I'll do 200 grams of water, then 200 grams of flour. In this case, I'm just trying to maintain it. And what we'll do then is just clean that dude up, more or less. Oh, I didn't mention, this is important. Whenever you're making sourdough or anything else that has a natural leaven, it really is best if you have non-chlorinated water. I really should have mentioned that earlier. Non-chlorinated water has the advantage that it doesn't have anything in it that interferes with the growth of the bacteria and the yeast. I really should have mentioned that earlier, but that's an issue for some folks. Where we are here in Idaho, we're on a community well. Water's not chlorinated at all. Then we simply put a nice tight lid on that. I'll leave it here on the counter for the next couple of hours. And in the next couple of hours, you should start to see it bubbling up just a little tiniest bit. And then it's going to go in the fridge. If I was going to make bread tomorrow, I would just leave it out here on the countertop, and by tomorrow, it would have basically doubled in size, and then it would be ready to be starter for 2 more loaves of bread, or utilizing 100 grams of flour and, in my case, 800 grams of water. So, thanks. See you soon.